the trend data, you'll increase by 10% from 42 to 46.6.
Yes, sir.
And then you have several different types of events in which you'll be monitoring, like through, through community meetings, the newsletters, IVRs. So we'll talk a little bit more about these events, and then the one that I'll be observing in reference to the goal. But tell me a little bit about why you've chosen this focus.
The reason why I chose this focus, with me coming to East Tech last year, coming from K-8, where I developed a program, and then coming to East Tech, where there was very little parent involvement, I saw the need that we needed to get parents more involved at the high school level. I know last year, once we received the data from the district, we were at about 42% participation from parents, and that was just at the report card pickup. But I know a lot of the other events that we had, parent-teacher conference, things of that nature, there wasn't a lot of parents coming. So that became one of the goals for me to increase that. And thus far, we've seen an increase for the first quarter and the second quarter as well.
So thinking about Standard 1 is about continuous improvement, and 1.4, we can specifically think about the educational development of school issues and environment. So tell me specifically about this goal that you've chosen for yourself and the parent piece, and how does that align to just thinking about the overall school improvement?
Well, actually, research actually shows the more that parents are involved, the better students do academically. So the vision is to obviously bring more parents to the table in regards to attending community events, as well as attending events here at the school and being more involved with the students academically. And so what we're doing is doing things step by step. We're going to start with bringing the students to the community. So what we did was, the initial plan was to have a monthly community event, and because we service 5 different communities, we would move the community event to each community. But what we've seen so far is the majority of the parents that come have been in one community. So we'll continue to have the meetings there. Then the next step, once we have them on board coming to the community meetings,
enrolled, you said it's
46.6.
and you're at 47.
We're at 47,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so I have a question thinking about the instructional component, but first, now that you've already surpassed that goal, what does that tell you a little bit in terms of how you guys are going to move forward with the family and community engagement?
Well, what it tells me is that, first of all, that the parents are doing exactly what we want them to do to get involved. But what it's also telling me, or what it's going to assist me with, is better preparing those parents that's coming to the next step. And the next step is to link them up with community partners as well as teachers to assist them with better assisting their students academically. So now that we have the buy-in from the parents, we know that we're going to be here every month. Okay, now this is our agenda. Our agenda is we want to assist you with assisting your child in reading. We want to assist you with assisting your child in geometry. And we're going to bring the teachers to the table to assist you with those things.
So is there going to be a revised goal?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just thinking, I know you guys may have not thought about it, but what do you think that revised goal may be?
Realistically, I would think another 10%, but to be safe, 5%, because we know with the inclement weather, sometimes parents may not be able to attend the class. So I would think the safe goal would have to be 10%.
So you mentioned about this instructional component and about having the parents come to the events, really making sure that you're presenting them with speakers, you're presenting them with the teachers. Have you really thought about ways that you will quantitatively measure the impact of that event, and also you seeing that these parent engagement events directly impact the student achievement? Have you guys really thought about a way to measure that?
Not to cut you off, sir.
Yeah.
We have given it some thought, but we haven't really sat down to decide exactly how we one thought because we're monitoring who's coming. We're monitoring the parent of the students who's coming. Hypothetically, we bring people to the table to assist those parents that are coming. And then we monitor the academic improvement of those students as the parents who are coming.
Okay, so when looking at, let's look at this sheet here. So when it talks about 1.4. These are sample pieces of evidence and items. So I know that you have your binder here. Are there any other artifacts per se that you would want to review when we're doing the post-conference after this observation?
Yeah, the other thing, because it has to do with the community, and I understand that we're monitoring and we're gauging the academic success of students, but I think that there's a social emotional piece to it as well. And another program that we just started this past Friday is a mentoring program, and we're starting with our young men, where we're bringing in men from the community, from this actual community that graduated from East Tech and that has gone on to have some form of success, either in business or in this community, to come back and start a mentoring program with the students. So the first phase of that is just coming in, having a casual conversation with the young men in regards to their experiences here at East Tech in this community. The second step is to have the same gentlemen have conversations with the young men about the profession that they have. And then the third step is to offer some form of job shadowing. So if we have a student who's interested in what one of our speakers brought to the table, then we're giving that student an opportunity to job shadow, to kind of get some experiences in regards to what they may be interested in once they leave East Tech. And with that, we're also developing more relationships, and we're developing relationships with men in this community and or business owners in this community, which in turn, my goal is to have those business owners and those men in the community come and assist us in the building. So in regards to how I'm tracking that, I'm not, because it just started Friday. So we had, two gentlemen come in. One is a social worker, and the other is an IT expert for Cleveland Clinic. But both East Tech graduates, basically men from the community having conversations with other young men in the community, and we'll go from there. So and I guess when I think about it, the way that I will track it, because we set up for 6 weeks. So I have two speakers every Friday for the next 6 weeks. And then the second piece is to set up the job shadowing component. So I guess that's how I'll kind of monitor it there. And then the gentleman that we're bringing in comes from all walks of life, entrepreneurs, one doctor, one lawyer. So just, basically all walks of life, and giving the young men an opportunity to see that there are successes from this community as well as from East Tech.
So you're having this parent meeting on December
11th.
Okay. And in a moment I'll capture the time. That's what I'll be there to observe that. When you think about your school's data right now, what metric would you want to be the focal point based on where your school